guys, it's your boy the Kid, MMA expert, and I am back with another video. And today we're gonna be talking about EA Sports UFC 4 that's gonna launch in a week. Alright, so it's a highly anticipated game. It's been developing for like 2.5 years, even though I know EA didn't work on it for 2.5 years, and I'm gonna tell you guys why you should buy it. Alright, so I know that the beta, people were underwhelmed by it. I mean, people were disappointed that there was nothing changed, not that much changed. And, the gameplay was kind of sluggish. And, people were just underwhelmed and they expected better, but it was just not that good, man. So I understand why people are like, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to buy this game because, the beta was terrible. But I'm going to tell you guys why you should buy it. Alright, so it's just my opinion. If you're not gonna buy it, you don't have to buy it. I'm not forcing you to buy it. I'm just telling you why I think it is worth buying. Alright, so the first reason is the revamped career mode. The relationship system changes everything. The relationship system in UFC 4 career mode is much more realistic than UFC 3. I mean, the relationship system is basically everything in MMA. Everything in MMA comes from relationships. Rivalries happen because of relationships. Teammates form because of relationships. Everything in life is about relationships. And I believe UFC 4 did a fine job of emphasizing this in their new career mode. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun, hyping up a fight in career mode. For example, knocking out your teammate on purpose to build a hype for the fight. I feel like that's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be awesome. And also the career mode is awesome because if you get cut by the UFC, you can go back to WFA and you can get a second shot at the UFC. And I believe that is so realistic. Like in UFC 3, if you got cut, that was it. Your career was over. That was super unrealistic. But in UFC 4, if you get cut from the UFC, you can work your way back up to the UFC. And I believe that is much better than UFC 3. And I believe the revamped career mode gives you the new fun and the new feeling, the authentic feeling of being an MMA fighter. The second reason why is the ratings adjusting. Alright, so Daniel Cormier has been set as the ratings adjuster, and I believe this is gonna keep the game fresh and fun. In UFC 3, there was small updates, and there was always a fighter updated, like fighter attributes updated or something, like every month. But there was really nothing updated except for a few things in the beginning of the year. But now, since they set Daniel Cormier as the official rating adjuster, I feel like EA is gonna keep its promise and keep adjusting those ratings based on UFC events. And I believe they're actually gonna do this like every pay-per-view, right? So after every pay-per-view, DC is gonna adjust the ratings of fighters based on their performance. I believe this will happen. I believe DC and EA will keep this promise, and I believe this is gonna keep the game more fun. So for example, if you're using a certain fighter and the fighter doesn't perform in the real life, like if the fighter gets knocked out, then the fighter's rating is gonna go down, which is realistic, and you're gonna probably try to find another fighter to fight with because that fighter is no longer good. So I feel that's gonna keep the game fun and fresh, just like Fortnite when it first came out. I mean, it is still updating, so it's still fun, but yeah, Fortnite, it updated every week and it kept the game fresh and fun. And I believe UFC 4, will do a better job at this than any other UFC games. The third reason is the new clinch controls, man. I mean, clinching is like half of MMA, man, or even more. The clinch position is one of the, if not the most important position in MMA. Like, bro, so many people use the clinch to fight, like Nate Diaz, man. Half of his game is clinch, man. He clinches people, beats them up, and that's how he wins. That's how he fights. So many MMA fighters use the clinch to win fights, and it's such an important position. But in UFC 3, it felt so bad, being at the clinch. It was super unrealistic. You were just holding the opponent, throwing knees to the body or head, and there was you go to single collar. It was just not realistic, man. But in UFC 4, you can get out fast. You can actually land powerful shots from clinch positions, and the clinch position that you go to when you get into the clinch is super realistic. And I feel like it's gonna be a big part of the game. And if skilled players get the hang of it, I feel like it's going to be the biggest thing in UFC 4, and I think it is realistic. So yeah, that's a good part. And the fourth and the final reason is, if you're an MMA fan in general, you should get this game, man. I mean, I'm a big MMA fan. I'm like the biggest teen MMA fan there is, and if you just like MMA in general, I feel like you should get UFC games, because no matter how bad the game is, if you're an MMA fan, you're still gonna be entertained by it. Because I mean, you can disagree with this, but it's just my opinion. If you know all the fighters, if you're not a casual and you know like 70% of the fighters, it's gonna be fun to fight with them. And if you're a casual, I don't think you're gonna have as much fun. So yeah, if you're a real MMA fan, get this game. Alright guys, that's basically it on why I think UFC 4 is worth buying. And you can disagree with this, but it's just my opinion. So yeah guys, thank you for tuning in, watching the video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.